The survival response consists of 4 categories of behaviors, including fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Other words for fawn are submit or comply. The survival response is not bad. God designed it to be a psychological escape when there is an actual danger. It is often the only form of escape if you cannot physically get away. The problem comes when we stay stuck in the survival response in the absence of legitimate danger. It can become like a default mechanism that can lead to a stronghold. When you encounter a trauma trigger and you recognize that you are going into the survival response, do something spiritual that elicits a feeling of safety. You might consider this spiritual warfare against a spirit of trauma and a spirit of fear. Bringing in spiritual activity lessens the opportunity for the enemy of your soul to use your past trauma against you to disturb your current peace now. 1 John 4:18 says, "Perfect love casts out all fear." Perfect love is God's love for us, not our love for Him. That's imperfect. But God's love for us is perfect. Instead of going into the survival response, press pause if you can and put yourself in some environment where you feel God's love in a way that causes you to feel safe. This will look different from person to person, so evaluate what will work for you to feel God's love and to feel a sense of protection. Would it be to welcome His angels to minister to your fear? How about taking communion? Or listening to the most anointed worship music that you have access to? You could ask for a hug from a trusted, godly person and imagine that it is God who is hugging you. Or how about inviting Jesus into your survival response and picture Him being in that moment with you? Now, all this is assuming that there is actually no threat. If you are going into the survival response because there's a still current danger, then what we need to do is problem solve in order to get to a place of safety. But if you are just automatically going into a survival response because it's become a routine behavior, see if you can intervene in this process by finding ways to feel loved and safe using spiritual interventions. We can work toward cognitive restructuring after you have mastered a calm emotional response. I bless you as you break up with the survival response of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and I pray that you continue growing in grace.